Hello everyone, welcome back to Hardship Thunder Hurricane. This time, we're doing more Ring Masters, well, extra Ring Masters. With Cutthroat, we'll be doing the Thunderball. And again, I'm showing you all my fuck-ups, so here's fuck-up number 1, I didn't do the boost. Here's fuck-up number 2, I didn't do the boost. And now we actually continue on. I'm pretty sure there's a fuck-up number 3, but who cares, really. Really, the fact I'm not even gonna bother editing this is because of the fact that if I did, this part would be too short. So really, I just want to go ahead and get this out of the way. And also, unlike last part, there's gonna be 4 Ringmasters. Expert Ringmasters, not 1 Pro and 3 Ringmasters. We'll be doing 4 levels this time. This one being the first. And pretty much like all the other Expert Ringmasters, this one isn't that hard. It makes you go through all 3 of the starting spots, which means now we're doing the right one. But overall, there's not really any shortcuts you can go for, really, so it's mainly going to be making me do pretty much stuff we've already done the other Ringmasters, except it's actually easier. Now, I fucked up here, but that's fine. I could still win this. The only problem is, I didn't actually remember or see what the time was. So I had to guess. And what I guessed was I had to get under 2 minutes. This is not the case. It is 2 minutes and 10 seconds at best. I should have been thinking that. But I didn't. I thought 2 minutes. So I counted this as a fuck up, and I restarted when actually I could have won gold here. Then again, it is hard to actually remember times when the fucking game just takes away the time instantly. And also doesn't, think to put the goddamn gold time somewhere on the screen here so you know what to beat. Now you just have to take the split seconds you get that gold time during the loading and just remember that the entire race. It's really dickish. So yeah, I just had to try and remember what the fuck the time was. I had to really take that split second into consideration. It's one of the things I hate about this game. The fact it never tells you what exactly the time is you have to beat during the race. Which honestly pisses me off because they could have done that. They could have easily just done it in the corner down there. It wouldn't get in the way because the boat's in the middle of the screen and really anything you miss behind you, you're not going to bother with. So really seeing the gold time somewhere in the corner while you're looking at the boat, you can definitely notice that shit. You can make a change to silver and shit when you don't make it through the gold time. Just some kind of indication that I might not get gold here, or I'm getting silver here, or something like that, or what the gold time is so I can beat it. Somewhere on the screen while I'm doing the race would be useful, but no, I didn't think of that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't even think about that in Hardship Thunder Go. But I'm hoping that someone at Vector Unit is watching this, so if they make a 4th Hardship Thunder game, or they update Go or something like that, they would at least take that into consideration. Especially with the fact that the fucking times just fly away in like a second as soon as you get past the loading screen. And you're just supposed to remember that. But yeah, I did it. That's 1. I'll get gold, but no reward. Next, we have Lost Babylon. We're doing this with Rad Hazard. I mean, why wouldn't I? Now, I already did this race of Cutthroat, but that was expert. Like, in the gauntlet. This is Ringmaster. Ringmaster is probably going to make me do some stupid shit. I am going to be using Rad Hazard. And there's first fuck up. And that's a major fuck up, because that's a fuck up that happens to a lot of people. When you're doing that shortcut, that one little island there, very edge of it, you touch that shit while boosting, you explode. And there's fuck up number 2. I didn't go much to the left, and I went too far to the right, and I smacked into one of the pillars that are in the wall. So yeah. Another thing that I hate about this game, hitting objects that are breakable. It makes the screen shake and it disorients you. Let's just say it fucks me over a lot more than it should. Yeah, I fuck up a lot on this one, and I'm sure he'll like get all pissy or something that I'm restarting the race every time I fuck up. You shouldn't, really. Because at least you're getting more content this way. At least you're actually seeing me not perfecting this game. Because every other part, because of the editing, you know, it looked like I was being completely perfect on the game. But I'm not here. Anyway, some things I should address. Number 1, the backspace to respawn when you explode. I know of this. I know it exists. And I know I should be at least using it through the race. Also, I have to restart because I fucked up on the shortcut, which I actually do need. I am never going to use backspace. I don't care how many comments I get about it. It is never going to happen. I would rather restart the race from scratch and do it again, instead of doing that shit. Why? Because I edit that shit out. Right now, I'm not editing that shit out. You are basically seeing what would happen if I was some lazy cunt and I didn't edit anything out. And I'll be doing this for all the Ringmaster expert crap. Because these parts would be way too short if I just gave you, like, the edited parts. I mean, this is the reason why you should not fuck up here. And believe it or not, this is the hardest Ringmaster in the game. This really is. This is actually the hardest expert Ringmaster in the game. There is not a single thing harder than this. And it's because of its layout. Every other Ringmaster that is on the expert difficulty is easy. But this one's more on the medium difficulty. Which is why I need the shortcuts, because if I didn't, I would have missed too many rings. And I would go, you know, too far past, and I would lose. The time is 2:04. There would be no way I would get 2:04 here. So that's not a fuck up. But still not as hard as Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is still the hardest bit of this game, and it will always be the hardest part of this game. Like, there is not a single mode or race in this game that is harder than the Gauntlets. And that saddens me, because I was expecting this to be difficult. And it is a bit, but not as hard as the gauntlet. And again, you unlock these expert ringmasters after you've unlocked the gauntlets. So I don't know why they make this easier in the gauntlets if there's just less thing you unlock. Like, you're expecting this to be the hardest shit in the game, but no. This is... Like, if you really want to get some hard difficulty shit from this game, you'd just be doing gauntlets the entire time. The next thing I want to address is the Rad Hazard. Obviously I'm doing it right now, and I know there are some things that, you know, this boat is actually useful in Hydro Thunder Hurricane, unlike Hydro Thunder 1 in which it was a colossal piece of shit and I'd rather be using Cutthroat instead, or any of the expert boats, like the fucking Titanic boat. But because of Hydro Thunder 1, I hate this boat, and I still hate it to this day. Because even though, and I got a new skin, and that's, I think, the final skin of the game. Anyway, we have Paris Sewers next, and as you can see, I literally have every skin. That means we're not going to be doing any more choose this boat to do this thing anymore. I can literally now choose whatever boat I want. No, I'm not kidding. I pretty much have all freedom to use any boat that I want to use. The last skin I got was Hawkeye. So yeah, I can just choose not to do Rad Hazard anymore, but I'm going to be doing Rad Hazard anyway. And the maximum we need is 200,000 credits to unlock the final boat. And the final unlockable. So we're doing a lot of shit, but luckily we don't have to redo a specific race ever again. Because we're not going for skins. Right now it's time for the sewers, because we're doing this with Cutthroat. Do it, yeah, corner pocket it. 3 minutes? 3 seconds. Can we do it? Yes, we can. So yeah, now is where I only choose to do Rad Hazard, if I wish to choose it. And I am not choosing it. For the rest of this, I will either use the DLC Tempest boats or Cutthroat. Razorback pretty much sucks, and so does Rad Hazard, in my opinion. Hell, throughout a lot of Hydro Thunder 1 I've been using Cutthroat, because it's my favorite boat. Only time I ever used Rad Hazard in Hydro Thunder 1 was when it was the last boat I had to do in the hard, like, races, for the last hard race I had to do to unlock the bonus shit. And that's it. There was nothing special about that. Outside of the fact that I absolutely hated the boat, and it took me a few tries to actually win that race with Rad Hazard, because it's so fucking bad in that game. It's so loose. Like, kudos to Vector Unit for making, you know, Rad Hazard not so loose as it was back in Hydro Thunder 1. It's actually controllable here, and with the speed it's got, it makes it even much better control than it was back in Hydro Thunder 1. But I still hate it. It still gives me bad memories, and it still gives me a hard time. It still gives me a horrible time, no matter what. Like I can tell there are people who like Rad Hazard. Someone in the comments really loves Rad Hazard because he's been doing nothing but Rad Hazard. By the way, I did that on purpose. I literally did. I didn't even care about the rings anymore. I just went with whatever because look at the time and look how far we are. It's obvious that I can miss a fuck ton of rings and I'll still win this with a gold. This was an easy one. Still no unlockables because I have to get 100,000 cred to unlock anything now.
Choose your track. Choose your
Anyway, now it's time for the last one, Soul Stream. And yeah, we're doing it for Cutthroat. Because again, I like Cutthroat. It's definitely one of my favorite vehicles in the game. I'm pretty sure that when I did Hydro Thunder 1, I just did it with Cutthroat, or did it with one of the bonus boats. I cannot remember for the life of me. It's been years since I played Hydro Thunder and done that LP, so I honestly cannot remember. But if you really want to see what I was like back then of Hydro Thunder 1, if you really want to see me like have issue with Rad Hazard and all, and to see exactly what Rad Hazard was like back in Hydro Thunder 1 compared to this game, you can go to my old channel and check that out. But if you don't want to do that, in the bottom of the video there's an annotation you can click on to go straight to that video. Because, yeah, Rad Hazard, it was much worse in Hydro Thunder to play as Rad Hazard than it was here. Anyway, the last thing, the diving. Yeah, someone's been telling me to like, if I could like boost out of or jump out of a dive. No. Can't. Once you dive, you are stuck at that dive until you stop dead and let it like center itself back. Because if you boost, the worst thing that can happen is you can flip the fuck out. And here's where I could have done a backspace, but I didn't. Because that. It takes you that far back and you have to do those rings again. Nah, even with backspace, no, that, I wouldn't do this Ringmaster if that happened. I would not backspace this Ringmaster if I got that far and that shit happened. I would just restart the race, because you need a specific amount of speed to actually get your ass up there if you explode. Yeah, that's one of the things that makes me want to just restart the entire race instead of press the backspace button. Anyway, about Hydro Thunder Go. I do want to LP that game, but I need an older version of Windows Phone. And I need to somehow record off that phone. And I don't even know how. I don't know any mobile capture cards or any way to like record it from my computer. I have no idea how to fucking do that. So if anyone can tell me how you can record off a Windows phone, please let me know, and don't tell me to use a fucking camcorder. I am not going to record with a camera. I want to record with an actual capture card or something, so please tell me what kind of thing I can use to record on a Windows phone. And if I can, I'll look for an old Windows phone somewhere on eBay I'll look for that capture card on eBay too. And then I'll buy 100 Thunder Go on the phone and I'll record gameplay, an entire 100% gameplay off that game. For this Let's Play, in fact. Not for this Let's Play, but for a Let's Play in this channel. Because I actually do want to do all the Hydro Thunder games. Like, I started with Hydro Thunder. I might as well end with Hydro Thunder if I'm ever going to quit LPs. Right now, that's it for Soul Stream, and that's it for this part. Thank you for watching. Next time we'll be finishing off the Expert Ringmasters. Goodbye.